welcome to you all students who are here joining us. It's great to be here with you. I'm here to talk a little bit about immigration. Of course, this is a topic that's very interesting for our international students. So I will just share my screen here and we can start talking about the Irish immigration system. So you all know that this is a very vast topic. So the topic that I'm going to talk about today is basically the registration with the immigration services. Okay, most of you have just arrived in Ireland, so you must be looking for your registration with the immigration services. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. But you have here my email. That's lara.morais@ucd.ie. And you also have this another email, which is the immigration.inquiries@ucd.ie. So if you need to talk to me about anything else, about if you have any questions about the presentation for today or about any other immigration topic, just please feel free to contact me, okay? So as I said, I know there is a lot of concern around the registration. People get very concerned and sometimes anxious about not being able to get an appointment and stuff like that. So this is some tips for you to get your appointment, for you to go to your appointment, and there will be a Q&A in the end that I will be participating. So first of all, welcome to Ireland, to you all who are coming from abroad. Welcome to Dublin. It's a very young and vibrant city. And welcome to UCD. So you have there a photo of the UCD campus. And let's start with the registration with the Immigration Service Delivery. The registration is mandatory and must be done in due time. So all of you who come from abroad, but not from the EU, okay? If you are a national from a EU country, you do not need to register. But if you are from outside the EU, then you need to register. It doesn't matter if you are a visa required national or not. Every foreigner who are not from the EU must register with the immigration services, okay? So if you reside in Dublin, you have to go to this website, the Berkey Registration Office website. That's where you're going to book your appointment. The appointments are released every day around 10 and around 2:30, okay? And you can book your appointment around 7 weeks in advance. Whenever you manage to secure your appointment, just please keep a copy of the booking receipt and keep it safe, just in case you need to print and bring it to your appointment when it's time to go, okay? If you are residing outside Dublin, then you don't register with the Immigration Service Delivery, so you do not go to this website, to the Berkey Registration Office website. You're gonna go register with the Garda National Immigration Bureau, which is the Garda station closest to you. So if you are, for example, living in Bray, which is County Wicklow, then you do not go to the Berkey Registration Office. You go to the closest Garda station to you and get information about how to register, okay? Now, tips for you to secure your appointment. Sorry. I'll come back here. I just clicked by accident here. So these are my tips for you to be successful to book your appointment. So focus a search at 10 a.m. every morning, okay? Keep pushing the button, look for appointment until at least 10:20, 10:25, or until the appointments come up. And always select the categories all and closest to today when searching, okay? These are tips that are going to help you, but I have to agree that it is very hard to get an appointment. Sometimes it takes days and days, sometimes weeks for a student to finally manage to book the appointment. So please do not get very frustrated about this and do not give up on booking your appointment, okay? Now, Once you have your appointment booked, we're going to talk about the registration appointment and what you need to have by the time you visit the Berkey registration office, okay? So you must have your passport, of course. You can and should have your booking confirmation email, although this is not mandatory, okay? It's just in case you got your email, just print it and have it just in case. You will need your certificate of attendance, okay? This is very easy to get. You just have to go through SysWeb and download and print it. Proof that you have paid at least 6,000 euros in UCD fees. This is also very easy to get. You just have to get your balance also in SysWeb. So download and print it. And if you have a scholarship, please make sure that you have all information related to your scholarship with you, such as your award letter that specifies the amounts that you got from your sponsor and all the information that you can have about your scholarship funding, okay? Now, you're also going to need proof that you have private medical insurance. You should know at this point that all foreigners, sorry, I just had a little bit of interruption here. All foreigners have to have their medical insurance even before they come to Ireland, okay? Even to pass through immigration through the airport, you need to have your health insurance. So if you by any chance don't have it yet, you are gonna have to get one for your registration appointment. So the rules for the immigration the rules for the immigration appointment, you have to have a health insurance that covers at least 25,000 euros of in-hospital treatment. So please make sure you follow those rules. And if you have any questions about this, you can go to the website, to INIS website, and you're going to have a document there with these specifications about health insurance. Now, if you did not have a visa to arrive in Ireland. So if you're not a visa required national, you can you have to prove that you have at least 3,000 euros available to you, okay? If you are a visa required national, you had already to prove your funds by the time you made your application for your entry visa. So the proof of funds of 3,000 euros is just for those foreign nationals or international students who did not need to apply for an entry visa prior to arrive in Ireland. So if you are from some countries such as the United States, Canada, Brazil, Australia, South Africa, if you're not visa required, then you need to show at your registration appointment that you have access to at least 3,000 euros in funds for to support yourself during the time you're going to stay here, okay? Now, please make sure you have all these documents when you go to your appointment. If you don't have something, sorry, apologies. If you don't have any of the documents that are listed there, you might not be able to register, okay? And just for you to know, you will have to pay a registration fee in your appointment. You will have to pay a 300 euros registration fee for you to be registered and to get issued with your IRP card that we're going to talk in the next slide. Please have a debit or credit card with you because they do not accept payments in cash. And the only other option is for you to make an operation called a bank gyro, which is a little bit complex. You're going to have to come back to immigration the following week to finalize your registration. So I do not advise anyone to do that. I always advise everyone to have a credit or debit card to pay for the 300 euros registration fee. Now, what's going to happen besides you showing your documents at your registration appointment? You're going to have your biometric data collect, so fingerprints and photo. You're going to receive a new stamp in your passport indicating that now you have usually a 12 months student permission, okay? You're going to be issued with your Irish residence permit, which is your IRP card, very famous IRP card. And this IRP card is your registration certificate, and it's going to be delivered to your address around 10 working days from your appointment, okay? Please have your accurate address so they can send your IRP card to the correct place, okay? Now, once you are registered, you have your Stamp 2 permission. The Stamp 2 permission is a student permission here in Ireland. So your summary of conditions are: you cannot receive any benefits or use publicly funded services unless and exceptionally they are related to the pandemic, okay? So you do have access to all hospitals, to all treatments that you need, to be tested for COVID-19 if you have to, and if you lose your job, you might be able to get the COVID payment. So please be aware that if related to the pandemic, you do have access to publicly funded services and benefits, okay? You can work in casual employment for a maximum 20 hours a week. And for the months of June, July, August, and September, you can work 40 hours per week. And from 15th December to 15th January, you can also work for 40 hours a week, so full time, okay? And if you wish to stay in Ireland after your expiry date, you have, of course, to renew your permission. So if you are going to a second stage or third stage of your course, then you have to renew for the next school year. And if you finish your course, you can renew and apply, for example, for the stay back visa or third level graduate scheme or your stamp 1G, okay? Sorry, now I just prepared a few questions that I know that are very frequent. I get those questions on my email pretty much every day, so I'm going to answer them now because I know many of you might be curious about this. So I can't book an appointment. What can be done? Well, you have to keep trying to book your appointment. If it comes to the point that there is actually a issue with students and other types of cohorts, the immigration services, they are going to find a solution for this themselves. So I advise you not to get too worried, but please try to book your appointment. If you see that you're not managing to secure an appointment, just have a few screenshots of the computer or cell phone screen that says there's no appointment available. Just have a screenshot of that in case that they ask you for proof that you are actually trying to book your appointment and you didn't manage. They are there in the immigration office. They are very understanding about the issue that we all have about booking appointments. So you must have no problems about this, okay? What will happen if my stamp expires and I couldn't have my registration? Well, pretty much nothing will happen because we understand, as I just said, the immigration office, they understand there is an issue. They understand that many of you will not be able to have an appointment before the stamp you got in the airport expires. So as I said, please have a few screenshots of like proof that you have tried to book your appointment and did not manage to secure a time for you, okay? Can I travel without an IRP card? Well, if you are not visa required, you can, but please make sure you have all documentation related to your status in Ireland when you come back. If you are visa required, you need to have a valid visa, a valid entry visa to come back to Ireland. So do I need a re-entry visa to return? Look, the re-entry visa was banned last year. So instead of re-entry visa, all those nationals foreign nationals who are visa required, they need to have a valid RP card. So please have that in mind if you are leaving the country. About traveling, just for your information, the government of Ireland asks everybody not to travel outside the country unless this is an essential travel. So please avoid all trips for tourism or just for fun or for pleasure, please avoid this kind of travel. Can I be self-employed? No, you can't. Okay, if you have a stamp 2, you cannot be self-employed. Can I have dependents? You can't unless you are a PhD student that has your own funds to support your spouse and children, for example. You cannot have dependents. So if you are a master's student or an undergrad student, you cannot have any dependents in Ireland with you from abroad. How much do I need to pay on UCD fees at renewal? At renewal, you're going to have to pay 6,000 euros towards tuition fees at least. So please prepare yourself, plan ahead. So next year, you're going to have to do your renewal and pay another 6,000 euros if you are continuing your studies. Do I need to prove funds at renewal? No, you need to pay your fees, but you do not need to prove again the 3,000 euros for your to support yourself at renewal. If you have any questions about traveling abroad, please take a look at the dfa.ie website. They have many information there. And I would just like to let you know that my team is the Global Experience team. We sit within the UCD Global, so we have a lot of support there for international students. We have a lot of social media as well, as you can see there. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have UCD Global in Twitter. So for example, in Facebook, we have an immigration group just for UCD students. So please find us and ask to join the group. I am the one who is going to accept you in the group. And it's very important to be in the group, to exchange information with your peers. And also, if I can jump in and answer a question, I will do that with pleasure. So do find us on social media.